Right, today we're going to be talking about being black in the UK and the code of switching up when it comes to carrying yourself right. So I have to talk about this because I'm black myself, obviously, innit? And I've been in construction for a number of years now, and I realise how to carry myself when I'm in rooms with different ethnicities, mainly going to be white ethnicity of the people who I'm in the room with. So I don't make myself small because I'm a big person. I am 6'3". So there's nothing that I can do about my size, my posture, my demeanour. I don't come across angry and all that. But there is a stigma about young black men. As you know, we don't control what goes on the media, and we do not have much ways of shining the light on the good things what we do as young black men. The moment it's about something bad, it's always the black boys, the thugs, the hoodlums, whatever you want to call or what they label types of people. But when we're in the workplaces, yeah, there's often times when you'll be in a room and you might be the minority, which is the only person of that race within that room, right? And there's a way of conducting yourself, whether it's being cool, calm, listening to what people have to say. One thing I've learned is that when it comes to being cool and calm and listening to what people say, I feel it's a really good thing to let people finish their sentence, right? So you want someone to hear your point and your view and what you're saying to them, and you want them to take it quite seriously. So deliver your words with cadence. Deliver your words smoothly, quietly, in a manner which has no tone. Yeah? You need to learn how to say something with no tone. So if someone said something like, no, or no, it sounds like there's a difference, but we're saying the same thing. No. Two differences. I don't want to have to do it again. This ain't an acting class, innit? But I'm just telling you that when you allow people to finish their sentences, it shows a level of respect. And if someone's got respect for you when you're talking to them, they should let you finish your sentences before they even say something next or before they're getting ready to do that. So moving in the different rooms, we're going to talk about the switch up. Yeah? When I'm with the man them, we talking bro. When I'm with the work colleagues, we're talking geezers, right? That's the switch up. Switch up is that crowd don't mind you calling them geezers. Your man them on the curb on, you know what they be on? Yo, bro. That's fine. Calling everybody bro at work, I just don't feel is a healthy thing. I've had students call me bro, like when I've been teaching them. And I said, no, we're not going to do that. My name's Sir. We're in a teaching environment. We're not going to lower each other to calling each other bros. Yeah? Last time I checked, didn't have any brothers. It was just me, one. But it shouldn't deter you guys from having a switch up when you leave work. When you leave work, when you're talking to your man them or your guys, you can talk to them however you want. But keep it separate, because we're in a place of work, you know. And a place of work, we just don't need to be addressing each other like that. So, you know, the switch up is going to help you from being bullied at some points, because the construction trade has a lot of bullies in it. Let's just keep it real. People like to say it's bantering, jokes and all that. If you know how to do a little switch up on people, like, John, watch your bloody mouth. Instead of, yeah, bruv, I'm going to do this. Talk to them how they're talking to you. That's how you understand the switch up. Get the words, get the lingua right. So when you deliver, it's cold. You understand? Do you see my switch up there? Gave you the understand talk, and yeah, doing it live on the camera. Just so you guys can see. Growing your personal business and brand as a plumber you're going to need to have this level of switch up, because when you're talking to people who are in meetings, when I'm talking to people in front of the camera, when I'm explaining what I do, it needs to be clear, it needs to be understandable. But when I'm speaking to someone who is possibly wanting to get into it and has no experience, there is going to be a layman switch up, like, look, you can start this job, start making a bit of money for yourself. You don't have to jump into it like how I'm into it. But what it is something what's always going to cover you for any time. You're always going to have a job, reoccurring job as a young man. And if I was talking at a college do you know what? This student here, wouldn't call them a young man. Student. Do you get it? There's names for everything. It's about broadening your horizons when it comes to your vocabulary. And I feel that even me having a semi-professional switch, where I switch up how I talk, it's allowed me to get better jobs. It's allowed people not to try and judge me before they see me. Like, I'm a black guy with a white gold tooth in my mouth. You see it? I don't hide it. I'm from that era. I don't have a problem with that. But people have a problem with what they don't know, innit? So that's why I say that professionally we've got to have this under wraps, because it's going to help us in the future. At the end of the day, everybody doesn't talk like they come from the street, and some people do, and it works for them, but it does limit people when it comes to business. I'm telling you that from now. I couldn't go on so many podcasts and do the things I have done socially if I don't have the right words to articulate the things what I want to say. I would make myself sound silly, and that's not something I want anybody to do or ruin their chances before they get there. Like, if you're talking to the manager, like, there's no bro in him. Yeah, bro, I heard you, man. Like, blah 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 blah. Nah, you got to do it different. Yeah, you don't have to call him sir. I mean, that's wild. Call him by his name. Yes, Alex, I heard what you said. I will do that now. It's just a quick change up. And I think that, look, we all want respect from other people, yeah? We've got to show people a bit of respect, and we'll get that in turn. But you obviously do have people that show you not so much respect from the beginning and want you to earn it. That's how a lot of tradespeople see others. And I think that sometimes when we see that towards us as young black men, we can take it personally, when that's just their way of doing something. But we don't get it, because I didn't see you treat everybody like that. But there's some things that you just don't see with people, innit? I don't study people like a Bible. I look at them, have a conversation, I pre them a little bit more, which is watching them. And then I make my assumption on how they've treated myself. I've heard people say to me that someone's treated them in an unbiased way, and he labelled it as racism, but I had to say to him, what racist action can you say that he's done towards you? If you can say there's none, and you just think it's a bit of prejudiceness, that's him not liking you for you. We've always got to not mix them up, guys, because within this construction world, yeah, people like to think that we play the race card, and that's the quickest way to see if someone has got like a problem. They'll say, "Oh, you're playing the race card. That's what you're doing." The race card would be dealt to the person who needs it. It's quite simple. There's no other way of going around it. If you say something which is off, it's off. It's beyond a joke. It's beyond something what you feel is funny. It's something what I feel is disrespectful. But you gotta understand, in this adult working world, yeah, people will push the boundaries with you. They'll push the boundaries of what is a joke, what's offensive. Oh no, don't worry about that. I was just joking. You know me. I like to joke about. I don't like people to joke about on my own risk. whether it's my feelings, whether it's my mood, or the energy. I don't want you to be fucking with any of them, because I'm not here to fuck with any of them from you. But I give off what I get from people. Never really try and come across to be disrespectful. Sometimes I could be difficult, I understand that, and I think most people can be difficult due to how you feel, what you're going through at this present time. So I don't not shy away from being a normal person, because I am a normal person. I'm just a young black man doing construction, showing you what happens to me. I wouldn't say it happens to everybody, but it happens to me, and I'm at the stage of my life where I feel no wrongdoing within explaining my experiences. And it's funny because anytime I talk about race, yeah, on my YouTube channel, yeah, we get a lot of views, because I feel that a lot of people have went through some of the cycles what I've went through when it comes to people viewing you and talking to you in some partly disrespectful or a way which, you know, you just didn't expect it. So it's a pill what you got to swallow, but it's something that you got to learn to deal with, if you get what I mean. Like, I've learned to deal with it over the years, because I know I'm not the only person that goes through stuff like that. And I had it from when I was younger. When I'd be talking to people on the phone, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm not even going to tell you what my name is," but they'll be like, "My name, I thought you was white." And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Do you get it? But for myself, it kind of gave me a little stigma to be like, oh, people think that I sound like a white guy and all that, or like, and that to me, after a year or 2 years of hearing it, I got bored of it. You know, to be honest, I've heard some people's voices and they sound crazy, but do I say anything about it? Not really. Do I care? Definitely not. I mean, your voice is your voice, unless, I don't know, I'm not sure if people can change their voices, but it's too much. Yeah, it is how it is, and I'm happy with it. But the switch up and being able to be in different rooms allows you flexibility when it comes to your career. People understand that they can't just put you in a box and think that you eat jerk chicken on your lunch break, because they're like, oh, I want to try some of that jerky chicken. This isn't chicken, it's pasta. I can't help you, my boy. And I just start busting up laughing, because I can't tell you guys that I sit at work, or when I've had day jobs, I'll be the dull person. I'm not. I be myself. I respect myself, and I respect other people for respecting my views and my opinions, and even having time to be able to listen to me. But I do the same for them. Unless they're chatting shit, I'll listen. Remember, we've got 8 hours to kill in this day. You can say what you want to say today. Because the longer you talk, the longer I'm not doing no work, innit? Because you're talking to me. You're sitting there blobbing away. Again, it is a sign of being respectful, listening to people. But you got to carry yourself in a way, as a young black man in this industry, in a way where people are going to respect you. That's how you got to carry yourself. You got to look at it and say to yourself, the way I speak to people, is it cool? Do people think that I don't know how to articulate? Do I use limited amount of words with what I'm saying? Am I using the correct words? When I'm explaining something from an engineer's point of view, I might be reading what I wrote down on my summary of the job, and I'll use words which I feel fit, right? So I might be saying, the reason why I changed the toilet siphon was because the siphonic action wasn't happening when we used the old one, so we replaced it. Obviously, it depends how far I'm going into detail about what I want to talk about, but having the right words there makes sense. It makes people view you as someone who knows what they're talking about. And that kind of brings you to my next point, which is a lot of us have to prove ourselves to these types of people, and it's soul draining. It is soul draining because you have to do it time and time again. You meet someone else, they don't know you. Oh, who's this guy? This guy's been here before you. Oh, he does all this. Oh, does he now? Does he know his stuff, yeah? And I look at others when people say stuff like that. And it's kind of the reason why I got myself into lecturing, you know, because I realised that no matter what walk of life you're in, yeah, people respect academic people. And the people that have done school a long time ago and still know their 10 times 10, what is it, people? Put in the comment section what is 10 times 10. If you know your maths and stuff like that, they respect people in that nature because you know you have a very hard job to do, which is teaching the generation what is coming next. So I learnt so many lessons, you know, like being a lecturer, and then coming back into 9 to 5 work. I saw that people respected me a lot more for the things what I've done. Not to say they didn't respect me for being a plumber for this long, but I mean the levels just went up, innit? Which you know, I spent a long time doing it. You know, I really enjoyed that side of work. But even then, I still had to give a lot of people, especially young black boys, prep talks about, you know, you see the way you carry yourself. You can't be moving like that. You see, when you come to my class, it's got to be on time. Because you see, from now, you're going to go to get a job soon. And if you go to your job saying that, when I used to go to college, I used to turn up late all the time. My teacher used to allow it. They don't care about that. They'll just kick you out. And that's one thing I've always said to people. I really would not like to see you out of the job as a young black man, because it's hard. You have to get into a little struggle. You get into a little time where you might think that shit is just not fucking going your way, and God knows what might lead to that. Stupid opportunities and all that. That's not the path I want to send anyone down. So preparing people for that stage, even before it happens, is something that I like to take part in, because it's nice to be able to give back to people, and especially young black men who I see, just like myself. I see something like myself in all of them when I was teaching young kids. And I said to them, you got to work twice as hard, you know. Remember, your face is black. You're getting into an industry which is not dominantly black people. It's white people. And there is favoritism in life with everything. So if someone doesn't know someone, they might have a preference. I prefer to get a white lad instead of a black lad because, you know, I don't know if he's into knife crime and all this. This youth lives in a better area than him. But they're just going to judge you off of face value. Oh, I heard on the news, you know, like kids in Acne are getting stabbed and all that. And kids in fucking Stoke are getting stabbed as well. But you're not talking about that. Because you don't watch East Anglia News, do you? Do you dig? Do you get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you lot now is just that what we want to do is we want to move in a productive way, which is learning from people's mistakes, understanding that sometimes when you're in different rooms, it does require you to switch up. It does require you to just listen to what people are saying. You don't have to always take it on. It's not always gospel chat what they're saying. But listen, show like you're a little bit attentive, and if they do not do the same to you, you can see clearly that someone doesn't have the same level of respect as you do for them. But when I leave and I go to work, I try and be respectful to everybody unless someone is disrespectful to me. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not around people in that walk of life where people have got time to be disrespectful to me during the daytime. They're paying, so there's no time for you to be disrespectful. And I don't really deal with those types of customers as well. So, yeah. I am launching back doing live streams again. Now I've got my setup properly. So, I will be doing a lot more live streams. So make sure you lot subscribe to the channel. You turn on your notifications for the next time when I'm dropping these types of videos. And I'll catch you guys in the comment section. Appreciate it if you drop a little comment. Tell me what you think about this vid. Have a great day.